So here's the question for today's video. How can real estate agents develop the mindset that allows them to control their lead generation destiny instead of feeling at the mercy of market forces and competitor actions? My name is Gene Donahue, and I'm the creator of the Agent Success Formula. And in today's video, we'll answer that question. So every day I notice a fundamental difference between struggling agents and thriving ones. And it's not their market knowledge, their years of experience, or even their marketing budget. The difference lies in their mindset, and specifically whether they can operate from a place of control or a place of reaction. As I often tell agents, mindset fuels the systems, and systems fuel the mindset. So today, I want to share how developing the right mindset transforms your approach to lead generation and ultimately creates the consistent client pipeline you need for reliable monthly income. So let's dive in. And we'll start first by defining what what you can control mindset actually means in your real estate business. This mindset isn't about positive thinking or ignoring challenges. It's about developing an internal locus of control, meaning the belief that you have significant influence over your outcomes through your choices, actions, and responses. And many real estate professionals actually operate from an external locus of control, believing their success is primarily determined by market conditions, competitor actions, or even just pure luck. They say things like, the market is slow, interest rates are killing my business, or that other agent has connections that I just don't have and never will. While these factors certainly exist, focusing on them drains your energy and keeps you stuck. The mindset shift begins with recognizing that while you can't control these external factors, you absolutely can control your response to them. You control your daily activities, the skills you develop, the systems you implement, and the energy that you bring to your business. And this shift is fundamental to element 3 of our process flow stack. And element 3 is developing a high converting lead generation system that feels natural by utilizing your strengths. And many agents miss a critical truth. Systems don't work without the right mindset. And mindset can't sustain itself without supportive systems. They're interdependent. And I've observed this pattern repeatedly in real estate businesses across the country. When agents establish lead generation systems that don't align with their mindset, these systems inevitably fail. And conversely, when agents have the right mindset but no systems to channel it, their efforts are scattered and they end up producing inconsistent results. So I want to share a story about a group of agents during a major market shift so you can see how all this unfolds. All the agents in the office faced the same external challenges. They had declining inventory, rising interest rates, and some very nervous buyers. Some agents immediately shifted into a reactive mindset, focusing on all the reasons their business was harder. They jumped from tactic to tactic, hoping something would stick. Where other agents in the office, a short few of them, maintained a mindset of control, asking themselves, what can I control in this environment? They doubled down on their lead generation systems, adjusted their messaging to address current market conditions, and continued to focus on daily activities they could control. 6 months later, you're probably not going to be surprised by this. The difference in results was dramatic. Those who maintained a mindset of control had weathered the shift and were thriving with consistent business, while those who were caught in reactive thinking were still struggling with the all too familiar feast or famine. So, this brings me to three specific mindset shifts that will transform your approach to lead generation. First, shift from an external to an internal locus of control. When you catch yourself blaming external factors for your result, stop and ask yourself, what aspect of this situation can I influence? For instance, if online leads aren't converting, rather than blaming the lead quality, focus on improving your follow up systems or refining your qualification process. This shift puts you back in the driver's seat of your business. Second, move from tactical thinking to systems thinking. Tactical thinking asks, what marketing activity should I do right now? Systems thinking asks, how do I create a repeatable process that consistently generates high quality leads? This shift transforms occasional successful activities into reliable business generating machines. So instead of randomly posting on social media when you remember, develop a content system with themes, schedules, and measurement tools. Third, transition from a scarcity mindset to an abundance mindset when it comes to your lead generation, and in fact, all across your business. Scarcity thinking tells you there aren't enough clients to go around, making you desperate in your approach. Where abundance thinking recognizes there are more than enough opportunities if you position yourself correctly. This shift changes how you interact with prospects. You go from needy to confident, from pushy to consultative, dramatically improving your conversion rates. So remember my mantra: mindset fuels the systems, and systems support the mindset. Your lead generation system must both reflect and reinforce these mindset shifts to create lasting change in your business. Now, let me address some common mindset pitfalls that can sabotage effective lead generation. The first mindset trap is perfectionism, waiting until you have that perfect lead generation strategy before taking action. This perfectionism often masks fear of failure. And remember that imperfect action consistently taken is infinitely more effective than perfect plans never implemented. Start with the simplest version of your system, then refine it through actual experience. The second mindset trap is comparison, looking at other agents' marketing and feeling inadequate. This comparison mindset leads to copying approaches that don't align with how you're wired, that don't align with your strengths. Focus instead on leveraging your unique abilities and perspectives. Your authenticity is your competitive advantage. The third mindset trap is instant gratification, expecting immediate results from your lead generation efforts. Building relationships that convert to business takes time. So commit to your systems for at least 90 days before fully evaluating their effectiveness. The agent who maintain consistency despite early doubts are the ones who eventually create predictable pipelines and predictable income. So let's go over, let's do a recap for what we've covered today. The three critical mindset shifts for effective lead generation are moving from an external to an internal locus of control, from tactical to systems thinking, and from scarcity to abundance thinking. So here's what I want you to do this week. Notice where you're focusing on uncontrollable factors in your business. Each time you catch yourself in this thinking, ask, what can I control? Then direct your energy there. This simple practice begins rewiring your mindset towards greater agency and effectiveness. Remember, your mindset determines what you see and what you miss in your market. And when you develop a mindset of control, opportunities appear that others have overlooked. So I'm Gene Donahue, and I'll see you in the next video where we'll continue exploring how to build a real estate business that creates the life you truly desire. Cheers.